What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sports topic. Today we're going to talk some football, AFC South football. But before we get in there, I want to send a special shout out and thank you to all my subscribers out there who left comments on my last video, the Houston Texans mid-season review video. If you haven't checked out the video, go check it out. But all the ones who told me happy birthday and left comments on the video telling me happy birthday and wish me happy birthday, appreciate y'all. I thank y'all. I love all my subscribers and I appreciate y'all coming and showing me love by watching the video, and then not only watching the video but also telling me happy birthday in the video. I appreciate that. I appreciate the likes, the subscribes, and the comments. That's one of the reasons why I do this. I do this for y'all. I do this for y'all to give me the comments, the likes, all those type of things, especially when y'all see me out in public and y'all say y'all tell when y'all see me, y'all meet me, like, hey man, I watch all your videos. I watch majority of your videos. I only watch your Texan videos. I only watch your Magic videos. Whatever the case may be, I appreciate all my subscribers out there. I appreciate all y'all. Also want to give a shout out to I think his name is Joseph Vincent. He dropped the Hopkins video. Ironically enough, he dropped it on my birthday on November 10th. He actually dropped it on my birthday, but I don't know the dude, and he actually put me in this video. He used my voice in the beginning of the video, his video about Hopkins, the beginning when I say definitely a top 3, and then also the video, the clip when he's playing against the Titans, he uses my voice. Shout out to my boy Wink out of South Sports. Shout out to everybody at South Sports Roundtable. Shout out to my boy Wink for letting me know that he's the one who gave me the link and told me about the video. Also shout out all my subscribers and fans off of that who actually got a chance to check that out and recognized it was me. Because I was looking through the comments, it was like 5, 6, 7 comments of people saying, hey, that's Spitz. And for him not to put my name on it and my picture's not on it nowhere, and for y'all to recognize it as me, that was just, to me, that was a big, I can't even think of the word right now, but that was a big moment for me that I had people who can recognize my voice. Now, that also could mean that my voice is very distinctive. That could be a good thing and a bad thing, because y'all be making fun of me, but that's cool. But I appreciate y'all to recognize my voice in that type, like, hey, just in those small little clips. And it might be y'all just remember the video as well, but still y'all recognize me when I'm not getting any, my name is not on it. So I appreciate y'all recognizing me. And shout out to my boy Honcho for leaving the comments saying, hey, can I get some love? Like, no disrespect, but hey, can I get some love? Can I get like a shout out? Can I get a, hey, follow Spitz on YouTube channel, something like that? Like, can I get some type of recognition? I mean, I want some more subscribers too, man. But the video, from what I've seen, is doing real well, and I appreciate the opportunity to even be on there. And then for people who do recognize me, to comment and recognize me, I actually appreciate that. I appreciate all your love. But enough of all that right now. Let's get to talk about the topic that I want to talk about. I want to talk about this AFC South. Because don't look now, but the AFC South is getting very, very interesting. The AFC South is getting scary, y'all. But don't be scared. You have no reason to be scared. No matter who you're a fan of. No matter if you're a fan of the Texans, the Titans, the Jags, or the Colts. No reason to be scared. Because this is what you want. These are the big moments that you want. I said this in my mid-season review that the game against the Colts and the Jags is going to be an elimination game, because I feel that now with the Jags are 3-6. They play Pittsburgh next week. They still got to play the Titans. Still got to play the Colts again. Still got to play the Texans again. I don't see Jacksonville climbing out of that hole, because I think they're gonna lose to I think they're gonna lose to the Steelers, and I don't see them. I don't think 9-7 is gonna get you the division. I think you have to win. I think the benchmark has to be 10. I think it's a race to 10. In my personal opinion, I think the first team that gets 10 more likely will win the division. But they would need all, even if they lose the Steelers, which more than likely will happen. One, I think Delvin Romo will get fired, because I think Tom Coughlin wants to coach their team anyway, for one. And then two, I think that they would have to win out and be 9-7. And they would need the Texans, the Colts, and the Titans to all be 8-8 or worse, because they can't tie them, because they forfeit with those 3 losses. They've already forfeited all tiebreakers, because even if they win out, they'll split hairs, or they'll go on divisional record. More than likely, they'll have the worst division record, because they'll at best be 3-3. And I think the other teams, at least one out of Texans, Titans, or Colts, will be a 4-2 divisional record, if not 5-1 divisional record. So you will have forfeited your chance to even win the division. I mean, you will forfeit all your tiebreakers. So there's no way for you to win the division. So I think, especially if they look like, I think they're done now, but I know it's not mathematical, but they'll definitely be done if they lose to Pittsburgh on Sunday, which I think they will. Now the Titans and the Colts play each other. The Colts are what, 5-5 or 5? Yeah, the Colts are 4-5. The Colts are 4-5, and the Titans are 5-4. So if the Colts beat the Titans, both of them be 5-5. As the Titans head into Monday night game against the Texans, if the Titans win, the Titans will be 6-4. Heading into the Monday night game against the Texans, which means either way it goes, this Monday, especially with the Texans losing to the Titans week 2, this Monday night game will be very, very crucial when it comes to the division. Like, it's very, very crucial because the Texans can't afford to lose to the Titans, because then they will have any tiebreakers against them because they will have got swept, so they will lose the head-to-head. But back about this Titan-Colt game, the Titans have, I think, the #1 scoring defense in the NFL right now. They dominated the Patriots. They look good against Dallas and dominated the Patriots in back-to-back weeks. Before they bye week, they lost a game to the Chargers, who, in my personal opinion, I work with a guy who's a Titans fan, and me and him had this discussion back yesterday. We were going back and forth because, in my personal opinion, I think the loss that hurts them the most is going to be that Chargers loss, especially if somehow they wild card depends on getting in, and it'd be them and the Chargers. The Chargers have won the head-to-head. They've also lost to Baltimore, and they've also lost to Miami, which are head-to-heads, but he keeps banking on Buffalo, the Buffalo loss. But that's more so because of quality of opponent, because Buffalo's not going to get into the playoffs. But the Ravens and the Dolphins can, and you lost both of those tiebreakers as well. The Colts, on the other hand, the Colts really don't have any tough games outside divisional games. So all the Colts really got to do is handle their business in the division, and they sit in a good shape. And I actually have to apologize to Colt fans, because I thought that Luck was just going to be just straight noodle arm. Luck is not, he's not 14 Luck, he's not 13, 14 Luck, but he is better than what I was giving him credit for. The offensive line is doing a good job protecting him for the past couple of weeks. After, I think 4 games, no sacks. That's a very alarming stat as an opposing team, that your offensive line, the opposing offensive line, is keeping their quarterback upright for 4 straight games. I know me and this Titan fans, well, you don't know if they're not getting pressure. It just says sacks. It doesn't matter. If it was a game or two, yeah, saying, oh, he didn't get sacked this game, but he got pressure a lot. We don't know about the pressures or the hurries or hits. But when it's 4 straight games of him not even allowing a sack, that means the offensive line is doing something right. Not saying the offensive line is perfect. Not saying the offensive line is the 80 Redskins or the 90 Cowboys offensive line. We're not saying it's that type of elite offensive line, or the Broncos in the 70s or things like that. We're not saying it's those elite offensive lines. But what we're saying is they're doing something right. And in a game where the penalties and the way the rules are benefits the offense and it hurts the defense, if you're not getting pressures, if you're not putting the hat on the quarterback, that spells doom for your secondary, especially when your secondary is subject to give up big plays, like Big Play Butler. That's why I call him. Now I ain't gonna lie, I did want Malcolm Butler. I preferred Tremaine Johnson during the offseason, but I was kind of upset when the Titans took Malcolm Butler. I know Malcolm Butler, I think Pro Football Focus has him, or not Pro Football Focus, I forgot who it was, but somebody has him rated as one of the worst corners in the league because of, I think he's giving up the most catches, yards, and touchdowns out of any corner in single coverage. I do think he's personally better than Kevin Johnson still, so that, whatever that's worth, I still think he's I would still rather have him than Kevin Johnson. But he is subject to give up the big play, and that's why I call him Big Play Butler, because he's giving up big plays. But the Titans' defense is a legitimate defense. I've been saying that since before the season even started. I said this defense is a legitimate defense. I think the defense was a top 10 defense, if I'm not mistaken, last year. So I knew that this defense was going to be a good defense, and right now it's the #1 scoring defense. The offense is looking like they're able to move the ball. They're able to put up points. Mariota has looked good for the last 2 weeks. So we're going to see if they can keep this up. And more than likely, the game against the Colts and the Titans will probably, surprisingly, even though I just said the Titans have a good defense and #1 scoring defense, I wouldn't be surprised if this game would be a shootout. This game would be a 35-31 type game. And you try to see Mariota and Luck go toe for toe. And then you'll see in 2 weeks, Watson and Mariota go toe to toe, and then you'll see when in 2 weeks after that, so in 4 weeks, you'll see Watson and Luck go toe to toe. So you'll see these good quarterback play against each other. You see these quarterbacks. You see these guys who the franchise have called their franchise quarterback go blow for blow, toe for toe in this couple of weeks, and it's going to be for all the marbles. That's why I say don't be scared now. Don't be scared. For one, Texan fans, if we handle our business, we have nothing to worry about. All we have to do is win our divisional games. We just have to handle our business. We have everything in front of us, and that's one of the reasons why I said in the last video, I've never really been on the fire Bill O'Brien train. But like I say, don't be scared now. For all the people who want Bill O'Brien fired, here y'all go. This is the indicator right here, because if you lose the division and also do not make the playoffs in the process, that is a fireable offense. I don't care if you just got contract extension. I don't care. You go 0-3, and not only do you go 0-3, you dig yourself out of the 0-3 hole, level up, and then get distance between the rest of the 3 teams in the division. If you let that slip through your fingers, also not make the playoffs, because that would be a saving grace. Even if he let the division slip, but they still make the playoffs, they still win a playoff game, maybe win 2 playoff games. You never know what happens. I mean, we never know. It's one game any given Sunday. You never know what happens when it's one game. If you do that, then you next year, like I said, bring an offensive coordinator, make some other changes in the coaching staff. But it's not a complete fireable offense, because if you get to the postseason and win the postseason, you can keep your job. But when you let that stuff slip, oh no. Oh no. It's, 7 games left. You only need 4 out of 7 games just to get to 10. And that's your best season. 10-6. The first time you win double digits. You only got to win 4 out of the next 7 games. And you have home game against the Titans, home game against Cleveland, home game against the Colts, home game against Jacksonville. Then you got Washington on the road that's coming off your bye. You have the Jets on the road, and you have the Eagles on your road. To be honest, your toughest games are the Redskins game on the road, because the Redskins are #1 team in their division. The Titans and the Colts game, because those are 2 divisional games, and both of those teams are actually playing for something now, because they can take that division from you. And then also, you do have to go to the defending Super Bowl champs, even though Philly is not looking like the Super Bowl champs, but it's still Carson Wentz. And I still have problems and issues with the corner situation here. So, you do have tough matchups, but for the most part, these are all in your favor. So it would be inexcusable if you let the division, let alone the playoffs, slip out your fingers. You have to make a change. And if you don't, it's basically saying, we cool with mediocrity. We finally have a quarterback now. We finally have a legitimate number 2 receiver, even though he's hurt right now. We finally making moves. When a player goes down, we actually get somebody to replace him. How many times in Texan history? Because every year a player goes down. Every year we lose a player for a year. When have we ever made a splash to replace that player? When Cushion tore his ACL in 12, we ain't replace Cushion. We ain't gonna try to find a linebacker to replace Cushion in 12 or in 13. Or how about in 2010 when the year shy, not 2010, but 2009. Oh, yeah, 2010. We can go 2010. How about 2010 when D'Amico goes down, tears his Achilles? We ain't find nobody to replace him. How about 2011 when Mario tears his pectoral muscle? We didn't go and try to make a move to replace him. When Owen Daniels, I think Owen Daniels told his ACL, I think it was his ACL in 2009. We didn't go try to splash to get a tight end to replace. Now, every year is different because sometimes we had that player on the roster already. How about last year when JJ goes down? Oh, wait, before we go, 16 when JJ goes down, you don't find nobody to replace JJ. Last year, JJ Mercer go down, you don't find nobody to replace him. Deshaun Watson go down. You know for a fact when Deshaun went down, your season was over. You didn't go out for RG3 or Kaepernick or anything like that. You didn't go after these players, so you were okay with not replacing. This year is different. Will goes down, you go get Demaryius Thomas. You make a splash trade to replace him, to help roll that coverage over, because that's really what Demaryius Thomas' job is going to be. We're going to give him the ball early in the majority of these games so the defenses can start rolling the coverage. Like, oh, he's a threat. We can't just bracket Hop. We got to roll coverage over him to free up Hop so Hop will able to do his thing. You have who I feel is you finally have a slot receiver. I feel you finally find that slot receiver in Kiki. You have both JJ and you have Clowney out here producing, getting sacks. You have Kareem playing at a Pro Bowl level. You have good safety play because you have Kareem playing slash corner slash safety. You have Honey Badger back there being a true leader and captain of that defense. You have Justin Reed, who's a third-round pick, who looks like he's a first-round pick, who's always around the ball, always make a tackle. I think he finally had his first missed tackle against Denver. And it was mostly because it was a pile-up, and he kind of like showed it. He thought that the pile-up, he was able to complete it, but he wasn't. He probably just mistimed it. Whatever the case, it still goes against you as your first missed tackle. You have all these things going for you. You cannot let this opportunity slip through your fingers. It's inexcusable. With everything you have, 7 games left, you pretty much only need to win 4 out of that 7, and you have you have 4 home games out of that 7, and the 3 road games you have they okay. They not extremely tough, especially the Jets game. That's one of the worst 5 teams in the NFL. You have Cleveland, who just fired their coach. That's a home game though, but you got division home games, and even though the division's getting tough, but there's no excuse. That's what you want. That's how you know that you have your coach. That's how you know that you have your quarterback. So, Vrabel and Mariota fans, I forgot what the Colts head coach is, and Luck fans, and Bill O'Brien and Deshaun Watson. Because you see what's going on in Jacksonville with Doug Marrone and Blake Bortles. They know Blake Bortles is not it. They know that. They should have knew that last year. I don't understand why they didn't bring in a quarterback, why they didn't bring in a Teddy Bridgewater, RG3 coming into the season. Just at least as a security blanket. Just in case Blake Bortles turned to Blake Bortles. I don't understand what they was thinking. I guess that actually kind of shows you what they felt about Watson, Luck, and Mariota. Because, like I said before, go back and look at history of champions. Not people who just made it to a championship game. I'm talking about Super Bowl champions. I'm talking about elite all-time defenses. 95 Bears, 2000 Ravens, 2002 Tampa Bay, and 2015 Denver. Elite, great defenses. Record-breaking defense. Not just elite. Record, historic-breaking defenses that had mediocre or below average to mediocre quarterback play, who actually won Super Bowls. Didn't even make the playoffs the next year. The only one that you probably could think of is Seattle, but they had Russell Wilson. He's not a below average mediocre quarterback. He's a above average top 10 quarterback. So that doesn't count. I'm not talking about good defenses that had good solid quarterback play. I'm talking about below average quarterback play. You got Baltimore, who didn't score a touchdown for 7 straight games. You had Tampa Bay with I forgot was it Brad? No, I forgot what Tampa Bay quarterback was. And then we know with 15 with who really did have a noodle arm and Peyton Manning. It was Peyton Manning's mind, not Peyton Manning's abilities. And then you also had Brock Osweiler. You had those teams win Super Bowls, and then the next year didn't make the playoffs. Jacksonville, you didn't even make the Super Bowl. And your defense was an elite defense. It was the best defense in the league last year. But it wasn't historic. It was not a historical defense. It was not, oh, man, this is the greatest defense of all time. That Jags defense was never in that conversation last year. So for them to think that they could just walk into this division again and win, they must have thought. Tom Coughlin must have thought Deshaun's not coming back from the ACL. Luck arm was completely dead. And Mariota is either injury prone or mediocre. That is how they have to feel for them not to have a plan, a backup plan, for them to bring Bortles back and not have a backup plan just in case Blake Bortles turned to Blake Bortles, which I said was going to happen. The clock was going straight midnight, and Blake Bortles was going to turn to Blake Bortles again. I said this right when the schedule came out. I predicted the Jags, and the Jags can still go 8-8 because they only 3-6. They can still go 8-8. But I said my prediction was Jacksonville go 8-8, but I said I also can see Jacksonville falling off a cliff because I don't know if they know how to handle that success that they had last year. I don't know if it was sustainable and could they handle it. Mostly because of the quarterback play. And you see what is happening. He's getting benched in the middle of a game. It's just a mess in Jacksonville, and I don't think that they made the right decision. But with the three remaining teams, with the Texans, they're sitting at 6-3. The Titans are sitting at 5-4, and the Colts are sitting at 4-5. They're battling for this division, and they all have games against each other. The Colts and Titans still have to play twice. They got to play Sunday, and they got to play the last game of the season. The Colts and the Texans got to play one more time. The Texans got to play the Texans got to play Titans one more time. You're gonna see these coaches and quarterbacks. Now, these are the moments that you know that you have the right coach and that you have the right quarterback. Don't get scared because the division's getting good. Don't be, oh man, Dallas ain't doing me a favor. Damn, the Patriots couldn't do me a damn favor. What's going on? You can't feel like that. You know why? Because you want this division to be competitive, because then that's how you know that you got the right people moving forward. Because if Bill O'Brien and Deshaun can't bring this home this year, what does that tell you? I think that Deshaun is the guy. I like Bill O'Brien. And I'm not on the fire Bill O'Brien train by any means. But this right here, if you let this slip, that will raise an eyebrow, in my personal opinion. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't. Comment below if you haven't. Click that bell, get more videos. I holla.